Hey guys, it's Crystal here. I am getting out my cover and doing for the year of the doodle. And thought I'd bring you along. I grabbed some papers. I'm going to glue down with some gel mat. I think I'm pretty much almost done with all my cleaning, or not cleaning, I should say, my organizing. It has taken a toll on me. But before I glue down, I'm going to get rid of that white edge off the text. I don't like the white edge on book text. It draws your eye. For me, it draws my eye there. So I always kind of rip them off because, yeah, I don't like it. And this is just me playing. I treated it like I would when I sit down to art, and I just go with it. Besides throwing some layers on, I had no real rhyme or reason. And I'm going to show you how I place them on there, and then with the magic of the computer, you will see it glued in place. And voila! It took a while to dry because I want to make sure I dry it really well before I go this next step. You might recognize these. These are art tapes is what I call them, and I use them to clean off my jelly plate. And you get these really cool pulls from them, and they're fun for backgrounds and using in your art. Why not, right? So I'm going to play with them and get them where I like it. And then, once again, with the magic of the internet, I will poof and it will be glued on with gel mat. I didn't share the drying because once you put the tape down, you really can't use a heat tool to dry with. What I do was sit it up and turn. I have a little fan on my desk for my hot flashes. It also works good on helping dry these type of ones. If you have a heat gun that's not real hot, of course, go ahead and do her away. Mine doesn't have mine gets hotter as it goes, so I'm going to show you how I just real easy put one down and move it on from that. I am scraping that mixed media out of there. And of course it's me, so I'm not organized, so I forgot to put a page down there to keep my page from gluing other things. The art tapes are really great, guys, for easy backgrounds or to start a background if you have one of those days and you just don't know. And also they're good for just this bottom layer because they're super cool. if you're not worried about drying a lot, if you have time to let it dry, if you work on several journals, they're fun to use. And I'm going to cut the edges off. I thought about putting the edges right back on. I ended up not. What I will do at the end of this, you guys won't see, but when it dries, I'm going to let it dry like 24 hours. Then I'll go and I'm going to varnish the top really well to get a good layer of protection, kind of, from marks and paints and any old thing, and help it keep it together too. Most of the time, let's be honest, most time on these type of books, I actually use clear packaging tape for the last part because it's like an extra protection. It helps keep those covers from tearing up so much, but I already had the clear tape on it, so that's why I chose to go with varnish at the end. Once again, I'm going to let that dry for quite a while by itself because, like I said, you can't use the heat tool because your plastic on your tape will start to shrink and pull, which can be a fun effect if that's what you're looking for. But I was not looking for that on here. So that is a carpenter's tape, drywall tape. It is extremely hard to find with the circles in it. Let me tell you. I have only found one place that sells it at all. And it's one place on Amazon, and it's like, when I bought it, I almost paid $20 for this roll. Which was, it took me forever to do it, but I really like circles. You guys know I do. And I really like this specific one. So, you know, I ended up doing it. And it'll last me forever because I don't use it tons. A little bit into the dry types out there. I'm not going to go with the white. In hindsight, I wish I would have left it white. But I use a purple that's kind of in a little bit of some of the, on the left-hand side there on the journal, there's a deeper purple. And I thought, yeah, let's bring that in. Sometimes when you don't have plans, they don't always go the way you want. And it worked good for a stencil. I threw a little color in there, but I ended up doing something totally different and cool with the edge of that. Went with color on that and just keep adding and then I thought, now, too purple, I'm going to bring in the kind of fiddle part with it and get it to where I'm semi-happy with it and throw that sucker down. It is actually have a backing like a sticker you can pull off. I would recommend doing that as much as if you glue it down before you do that, it gets wet and they separate and you're going to have to glue it down again and have issues. So really try to get that back. And you can use the backing on another piece. So it's a twofer. That's just some bubbling. It's cut. I don't even know which one, guys. I'm thinking it's one I got from AliExpress when I used to order off there. From Hobby Lobby with it on clearance. It's one of the others. That's the only place I've gotten die cuts from. We're gonna finagle a little bit with that, with the gold Liquitex, or not Liquitex, FW Delroni acrylic inks. I enjoy them. They're permanent. In hindsight, I made a mess. My fingers are still gold right now. I could have done it a whole lot easier. But when you're arting, you know what? You just go with it. At least I do. It's my therapy. So I just go with it. And that usually means messy fingers when I didn't have to necessarily have messy fingers. So I want to dry them as much as I can and once again glue those down with gel medium. I'll make sure to use like a gel medium or something that does attach to like tape or plastic because those art skins, I think some people art tapes are you need something to make sure it sticks with it, and glue sticks usually don't work on that. So, and it's your cover. Wear and tear is gonna get bumped a lot, so you want to make sure you got it stuck down. And of course, as I'm doing that, I'm picking up on the gold. I didn't let it dry long enough. Hold impatient me, and yeah. That's for player, and I have some papering. I used a 2-inch hole punch and stamped the eye off of it. It was a sheet I was doing test on a stamp on. Actually sent it through my embossing. It's actually got circles all over it, so it is textured. And we're breaking it. I love circles, guys. You know me, I'm a circle whore. I love my circles. I think I usually try to add a circle to every page. I really do. At least in every journal for sure. So circles make me happy, and it's about being happy. That's what the art's for. That is a pink one on the distress. Not distress. What is it called? Distress Oxide Pink Raspberry. Picked Raspberry. Should have called. I'm going to spray those. These are great to have a little cheap thing. I actually got them in, it was funny because I got them in like a thrift store package. You know, you get a bunch of books things together. Same thing. And it was in there. I'm like, what am I going to do with these? And then I was like, you know what? And I used them on, I think, a black and white page actually, or something like that. And they make good masks too if you want like little ones. So, or spray them and use them. I'm going to double them up on top of each other here in a few minutes, and that is just for an extra strength, make it a little bit thicker. That is my wasted paint book, one of them. The next one I'm going to do, I'm going to actually do it in a journal that's got nicer paper, because I throw a lot at mine, and those composition books just, yeah, you have to glue a bunch of pages together to really put a lot of wet on, and there's days I like it wet, and there's days I like it dry. So, if I have a journal can take both, makes my world a lot easier. And can you imagine if you just got in on that conversation just there? Wow. That looks pretty there. I love the little circles with that. I like that. Too bad I didn't get that on the book, right? Trying to dry them up as much as I can, and then like I said, I'm going to go right on top of each other, and I'm going to do enough to go down that spine there. And then with the magic of well, the web, computer, electronics, whatever, this day and age, you don't have to sit through them all. Now I'm going to take them and cut little slits where I can make them around the wire. Easy peasy. Then I decided, I better put gel mat down to make sure they stick. Hindsight's 2020. I should have just stuck them down with the sticker, then went over them with the glue. I think it would have been maybe a little easier on me. As is, I had to hold down kind of each one a little bit to get them to dry flat and then move on to the next one. So this does take me a little time. We don't share the whole process, but I do show you how it works. Yeah. It's very tedious. I like the look of it, but it was very tedious. I wish I would have done it the way I just said. Lay them down, then put the gel mat over them. Would have encased them. This way they're probably going to hold longer and better, but when I'm arting, I don't like to stop and wait for stuff to dry. Let me know I'm not the only one, guys. Let me know that. Hit that like button if you don't like to wait on dry time. I like to go with the art. Just go with the flow. And as you can see, I show you what I'm going through. And then we're moving on. Yes, we are. Oh, right there I'm going, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Yep, that's popped in my head by now. But I keep chugging along. Chugga. Little art engine that could. This one, I think that would be a lot quicker and easier than it came to. Really trying to get those to stick down. And I'm going to do the off camera. Maybe. I didn't realize how long I recorded on there. Alright, that's all done. That is pretty dry. Now, I did do a mask on there. I'm going to get out the black ink. And flippy flop it around. But I have reorganized, so I'm kind of grabbing for stuff in new areas. Feeling the bumps of the new layout. White or black, white or black. I go with black. I don't know what is taking me so long off camera. I have no clue. Finding the darn brush is what's taking so long. I can't find my little winged brush that I like to make splatters with. There it is. Oh. I'm going to tussle with that a little bit. I will get some good ones on there. Then we're going to take some, we're going to let that dry. Of course, we have the tape still, so we're going to have to let it dry off camera. Then we're going to go in with the white and play with it. And then we're going to come in with a stabilo at the end. And I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest. You got a couple minutes left. I hope you have a great new year. If you haven't pulled the trigger on doing a daily art project, I highly recommend it. It's especially if you're wanting to get better at your art, or you're just wanting an outlet for you every day, wanting to learn something new, or just wanting to incorporate some me time. You know, there's tons of different ones out there. Whether you do the Year of the Doodle, or there's all kinds of them, guys. All kinds of them out there. Or do your own and just make sure you do art every day. I really enjoyed 2019 in my art, and I can't wait to see what 2020 brings us. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. Happiness to you. Go make a mess and art it out. Bye, guys.